Hello everyone and welcome to the final round back nine of the Reckoning on the River, presented by Visit Bainbridge. We are out here at the beautiful Bainbridge Oaks course, trying to see who takes it down. Myself, Clay Edwards, and
Ryan Monn. This event is powered by Prodigy. Let's check in on the leaderboard and see who will be taking this beautiful trophy home in 9 holes. Or maybe more, who knows? Got Silas Schultz in the lead by 1 over Bradley Williams, who has me and my brother Jake Monn by 3. And we have Nathan Queen and Albert Tam by 4. But it's the back 9, tackable. Anything can really happen. Clay, let's run us through hole 10.
yeah, let's get right into it. We're starting out the back 9 with a par 4, 605 feet, 90-degree dogleg left, starting right here. So you're going to want to throw something straight off the tee. Get past that corner, leave yourself with this right to left shot into the green over some OB, but shouldn't really come into play if you execute the tee shot.
Brad, 1 stroke behind Silas here. Let's see what he can do. Going that straight mid-ranger theme throw all week on this hole. So close,
Yes.
but now it's going to be tough. Silas, going back to this stable mid-range.
Man.
It's doable still.
Maybe a good tree. He smoked that thing.
Yep, Jake throwing a squall. He hates it.
But
Perfect shot
gets
now.
through everything.
Yeah, that's wild. I'm throwing an ESP buzz here.
And that's just pretty.
What a kick. Come on, boys, are lucky. That's how they're good. Silas still up and downable. He kicked to the right, which is better than kicking to the left. Doesn't cut off your angle as much. I like this if it can get some skip. And it can. Whoa. Brad, line up the forehand roller because he's so cut off.
Yeah. Kind of like your uncle at the wedding who's been up to the bar too many times.
Exactly. And that one is going to end up in that OB ditch you were talking about.
That's going to be unfortunate for
Myself
Brad.
here throwing up the hyzer. And I smacked that one tree.
In a good spot over there?
No, not at all, actually. This is the time where I was like, yo, I actually need to lock in here. I need to salvage a good round. Jake is throwing a ESP buzz.
That's beautiful. He'll have a tap-in birdie.
That's what you want on this hole for sure. My spot, forehand on the knee avalanche, just trying to skip it up to circle 1. And I do that to just about 30 feet away.
Yeah, pretty good recovery shot there. There's Bradley after going OB. Maybe trying to give this a bid.
Yeah. A little far, though. Kind of a tester. He doesn't look too happy about it. Obviously, Brad keeps his emotions calm, so you never know.
Another good putt from you.
Putting has not been the issue today, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, a lot of good par saves from that circle's edge area for you today on the round. Brad. No.
First little bit of emotion we've seen out of Brad right there. There's a frog on the basket.
On the cage?
Yeah. If this isn't making on Small Born Outlaw, I don't know what is.
Not something you see every day there.
Good birdie there from Silas, taking 3 strokes on Brad. So then I bring Jake in the tie for second place. Cute little guy. Hole 11, par 3, 330 feet. Definitely a righty backhand favoring shot, even though we have no lefties on the card. But it's a towering anhyzer that just turns over and then gets a nice finish at the end. Overstable 9-speed, overstable 7-speed. Works like a charm. We might even see a mid-range from one of these guys. I'm not sure. Definitely one of the more unique holes and unconventional holes on the course.
Yeah, kind of a new school turnover shot here. Really forcing you to throw the more stable disc.
Mm-hmm.
So we see Silas putting a lot of angle on this.
But I love it.
And that's a great shot.
He's playing great right now. If he makes that, he'll be at 7 under through 11 holes. Jake throwing mid-range.
Doesn't like it.
I believe that was a quake.
Yeah, it looked like he put a bit too much angle on that one.
I'm throwing Athena here. Exactly how I want to draw it up right there.
See if Bradley can bounce back.
Throwing that Valkyrie again. Gets through.
Oh yeah,
A little far.
he'll have a good look at the birdie from there.
Jake. Probably ran that one, but ended up being more of a layup.
Yeah, not much you can really do from that position. Here's Bradley to keep pace. Oh, was that Ban then Cage?
Yeah. Putting has gotten the best of him these last couple holes.
Silas putting one in on that left side. Which I think these baskets
Like the catch
prefer.
there.
They prefer that over the right side.
I'll have to agree. I think it's the way the top is angled or assembled.
Hole 12, we have a 535-foot par 4 OB lining the right side of this tee shot. Players are going to want to push something up through this gap just past that brush pile to open up a shot into this green, which veers off over to the right side. Short hole, few different ways to attack it. Playing as the third easiest hole on the day.
For excessive time while waiting on every hole.
The cameraman said we could throw in at 55.
We were waiting for a while, I'll go ahead and say that. But no, I'm not trying to make an excuse or anything. Silas bounces around some trees, but he's put himself right in the middle. I'm throwing a passion. Pretty much copy and paste to what I did yesterday almost, maybe a little more left.
Yeah, it's a great shot.
Jake throwing that squall. Pretty much whenever I'm throwing passion, Jake's throwing squall.
And
Very similar spot.
puts it right next to you.
Brad, let's see how he can bounce back from the double and the par.
A little bit early, but he finds that left gap.
He'll definitely have something from there. Somebody just said on the card.
Yeah, he'll be
It's like
looking.
forehand Draco.
Gets over on it.
Straightest
That'll be a long look for birdie.
Silas going to that FD3. I like this if it's wide enough. Yeah, that's great. Perfect. It's kind of hard to get strokes in if he keeps doing that, you know?
Yeah, that'll put him at 8 under for the round.
Jake.
Oof.
He's not going to be too happy about that one. I'm throwing a zone turnover. Don't get turned enough, but it'll work.
Slides up there in the circle.
Jake from about 90 feet.
What a putt.
Thank you.
Shakes his head.
Yeah.
I gotta deal with that every day.
Little friendly banter there from the brothers. Let's run that one back.
Perfect. I kind of forgot I said that too.
That was good. That was funny.
Perfect putt there from Jake as well.
Jake's just kind of heaving one up there, you know, from that distance where you don't really expect to make it, and sometimes they fall.
Still, exactly. That's also a great save there from Brad. Now I'm stepping up to my about 17-footer. A little nervous now.
You've already been big putted once this round.
These guys absolutely hewed up some putts and made them, but it was close enough to where I should never miss that.
Yeah, almost said exactly.
That's going to be all birdies on the card on hole 12. Hole 13 is a par 3, 305 feet. 2 gaps to go, either this flex backhand on the right side or a forehand down the left side. As Clay likes to say, if you make this backhand gap initially, you are pretty much home free. Forehand gap, you got to deal with some more guardian trees towards the end of the flight. But I still think if you have the forehand, you should throw the forehand.
Agreed. I think we're going to see 3 backhands and 1 forehand.
Silas. He's continuing on his hot streak.
He did that same thing yesterday.
He's on course record pace right now. If he makes this, he'll be 9 down through 13. Throwing a forehand Raptor 2 straight.
A little low there.
Hits a tree just outside circle, so you know what's coming up, right?
Not the stepper.
It is the stepper, in fact. Jake throwing a quake. It's the time where Jake started to get a little mad at himself. You know, he's starting to mess up a lot of shots in a row. See if he can reel it back in. Brad throwing a firefly here.
That thing's stable.
Yeah.
Is that base plastic firefly?
I have no idea. He just said it was a firefly.
Wow. Good shot.
Jake throwing a zone here.
Yeah, and that's the problem with that backhand, you know. If you miss that gap off the tee, you still got a lot of work left.
He's got a heave for par. Probably 55.
But he's no stranger to a heave.
What is happening? Who is this? Are you filming this?
Are they not rolling?
Is this rolling?
Jake still not ecstatic with how he's playing.
The boys are feeling goofy right now.
We're going to run this back and
taps a little bit of the red band, but it's good to go. Silas getting hype. And I am up next.
wow. You've made a lot of circle 2 putts in the last 2 rounds.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah. Definitely been a workhorse in my game.
That helps the scorecard, I will say.
It's probably been something I've been trying to work on for these last 2 weeks while I've been down in Florida and Georgia. Brad will take the easy birdie. And Jake will with the only par but the longest putt. He's had combined distance 150 feet of putting in the last 2 holes. Silas Schultz, perfect through the back 9 so far as we move into the iconic hole.
Hole 14, par 4, 440 feet. If you're going down this gap, your disc is going to stay dry. And you're going to want to move it left to right to somewhere around here to leave yourself with a nice little chip into this basket that is just placed in a very devious position. But not everybody's going to take this fairway. You'll see the bigger throwers go straight over the water, try to land across to give themselves an eagle look. So Silas is 9 down right now.
He says, I'm going to go for it still. I love it. Keep the aggression up.
And he's safe.
I would say that got pretty fortunate.
Something less cool.
And as you heard me say, I said, you guys ready for see something less cool? And I just throw a forehand this way.
To a good spot. You'll be 170 feet away or so.
Scariest 170 feet ever, though. Brad is going over the water as well. Lands right where there's like a little flat spot you can see off the tee if you guys play here. Jake's going back to one of his favorite discs in his bag. There's 700 feet right. So I'm pretty sure he gets safe. But he almost has a longer approach shot than I do.
Which is wild.
He's a whole par 3. He's a whole par 3.
Perfect.
He just threw that disc pretty far. Here you are, catching the Guardian, but
Pretty fortunate to stay up there, I'm not going to lie.
yeah, pretty good result, honestly. You'll be 25, 30 for your birdie.
Around that 25-foot mark.
Jake.
This is such a fun card. We all know each other pretty well. So,
This is
a lot of
something,
good banter.
Yeah, this is something I have not seen.
This far over here.
Someone going across the water safe and then having another throw. But puts it up there nicely.
It's like so scary.
Whatever.
Silas doesn't want any part of that.
Being a little extra safe on that layup. He'll have an easy birdie.
Brad.
Beautiful eagle. And he'll gain one on the leader with that.
Yep.
Easy putt for you. Making it look easy at least.
I tried my hardest. Still, I'm still 4 back. I guess put me 5 back, but
Jake moves to 5 under on the round.
it's pretty good with a double bogey. I'm 3 under with a double, so
I put Silas at 10.
1 off-course record pace already.
It's your time to hit a fairway once, just one time. Come on.
Oh my goodness.
Moving to hole 15, par 3, 420 feet, the 9th hardest hole on the course. It's low ceiling off the tee, OB left with the cart path, OB right with the water. The play is probably the forehand you're going to see from all of our competitors today. You want to skip right about here, and nice flare skip with these leaves and pine straw to put you inside the circle for your 2 look. Definitely a bonus birdie though.
Yeah, playing as the 9th hardest hole, I think that's because you just see a lot of pars here.
I would have to agree there, yeah. Brad, big sidearm, gets the turns, drifting.
Nice shot. Oh, wow.
And he does it perfectly.
That is what we call based.
We're gonna run back off the tee box.
Brad's got sneaky forehand power.
Just so perfect. Silas throwing the DD1. Needs to chill.
And
Yeah, it should be. I think Brad is most likely going to gain a stroke.
you're throwing that force just a little high.
Yeah. Gets to close to the FPO pin, probably around that 55-foot mark. Jake throwing a hurricane. Didn't get it turned. Still safe over there, though.
Okay, set it safe. Set it safe.
Silas throwing the drop.
That's well executed.
Those ones can be kind of scary.
Yeah, that's a shot where it's easy to get lazy on and maybe catch a tree or just put it not close enough to have a drop in birdie or par. So good there
focus there.
Yeah, good from Silas. Jake, man, I thought he made another one.
Wouldn't surprise me, you know?
And you, no step needed.
Not on that one. There was a hill. I almost fall right there, too, so.
Man. You and Jake really making some good putts this round.
Feeling good on our putting.
Didn't he have like a hill in his way too? Like awkward stand style.
Brad getting upset that I was making the putt.
Gave it one practice. Oh yeah. So he probably maybe. Were you talking about Ryan? Yeah. We were talking shit the whole time about
They're making fun of me. That's how it goes.
Hole 16 is a par 4, 640 feet. Players are wanting to throw straight through this gap here that the drone's flying. There is a Mando on the left side of the screen that you need to get around. And you're wanting to push a drive up as far as you can towards this pin. Ideally left or right of these guardians that we just swooped around to leave yourself an easy approach into this elevated green.
Brad's gonna go. He's gonna elect that roller he's been throwing all week because of the man sitting next to me right now.
And
This
that
is
looks
looking great.
super good.
Wow, that's almost a jump out if he wants.
Really good shot there from Brad.
Throwing Big Z nuke.
And you're going with that more common play where you're just trying to get left.
Kind of forgot I hit that tree. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, birdie's not out of question for you from there, but it's going to be tough.
Silas smacking on this cloud breaker. A little too far.
He kind of outdrives the
straight,
fairway,
really.
yeah.
It's my fault. Oh, Jesus, dude.
Jake throwing a hurricane roller.
Gets this one a little bit too flipped, but
Got
gets
some
through
good distance.
everything, and I think he'll be wide open over there.
Going back to the same nuke here. On a sidearm. It's pretty overstable for my sidearm. Just trying to play for an edge of circle look, because we know I like that spot.
What are you, about 350 or so?
I'd probably get around 360, 350, yep.
You're going low.
And it's around 40 feet. A little inside there. Gives Brad another chance to get another stroke for the third hole in a row.
Yeah, it looks like he didn't get too close with that approach shot. Jake got so far right that he was just wide open,
Steady BL up shot.
and that'll be about 15 to 20 feet for his birdie.
Brad. Little
Brad.
frisbee toss right here.
Trying to run it, maybe?
Oh, a little bit. Silas. Long putt to save the birdie.
You had to stay 3 ahead of Bradley.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
That would have been wild.
I don't know how that didn't stick.
It's myself, just outside circle. You know what that means.
Yeah.
And you just made another one.
Step up merchant, bro.
It makes sense why your score's so good after watching these rounds now.
I've made like 8 circle 2 putts.
Jake with a good birdie there.
Jake still 6 under the round is not the greatest, but also not that bad.
Yeah, I mean,
It was on lead card for day 1.
he's not necessarily keeping pace with Silas, but he is with everybody else on the card.
Silas needs 1 more birdie to tie course record. We'll see what he can do coming down the stretch as we get to hole 17. Par 3. Yesterday this played as the easiest hole on the course. Now it is not. It's still averaging under par. You got the OB on the right side, OB behind the basket, and you just want to throw a dead straight putter or mid-range at the basket. And just don't be behind any of these magnolia trees and you will be in tip-top shape. Got Brad right now only 2 back of Silas.
Throwing that Halo Mako 3.
Sneaks OB.
And he goes long, out of bounds. That is something we haven't seen yet.
I'm throwing ESP Buzz here.
And
Should be able to clean that one up for a birdie. They kind of thought it was about to go in. I didn't think it was about to go in off the tee pad, and I think I was right.
Jake throwing his
Surf, I believe, to just short a circle. He's not a step putter, so we're not going to see another Monn stepper, unfortunately.
Silas here to potentially get a stroke on Brad.
This looks left, though. It needs to chill or go. And it stops right behind the magnolia tree. That's why I said don't go, Silas. Weren't you not listening?
And he's going to have that tree to contend with for his birdie. Jake.
Tell you what, Jake has... We talked about this after the round. He's not throwing good shots. He's working for the birdies out here.
He's still 7 under par.
He's working for them. Pick that. Okay. You see how he picked the disc up?
Yeah, it's
kind of crazy. Brad, great putt right there.
So how far is that OB from the basket? 30?
It's just inside circle. Yeah.
Okay. That's something I hadn't seen all weekend.
It's kind of tough to do that. Silas,
Man.
he will not gain a stroke on Brad, but this puts me only 2 back of them as well going into the final hole. So got Silas at 27, myself at 25, Bradley also at 25 going into the last hole, daunting hole 18.
Hole 18, averaging almost a stroke over par. It is a par 5, 745 feet. You're going to want to throw a shot left to right, landing somewhere around here to set up this straight shot over an OB pond to a very small landing zone, which will set you up for a forehand into this green.
As we hinted at, me and Jake in the practice round we played, we said going into this hole, if you are up 2, it is going to be scary. And we have that exact situation on our hands, Clay.
I mean, this is a hole where anything can happen.
And I'm going to go ahead and pure this shot for the 3rd time of the weekend.
And that's great. Yeah, I mean, you can take anywhere from a 4 to, I'd say, a 10 on this hole.
I would agree with you. Jake throwing a breaker there. Brad throwing the ABR he's been throwing and pulls it. It's going to be tough.
Okay, he stays out.
Yeah.
At least he's not...
Par's the best score from there.
Yeah, for sure.
So you need Silas to double to have a chance to do a push playoff.
Huge shot here for Silas.
And he just absolutely pures it.
And that is so good. That gap is super tight.
All right, so this next shot right here, for Brad's shot, I was on the camera, guys. Okay, this is me recording right here.
Ready, Brian? So ready.
Bradley, making sure you're getting this on film.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, and he catches another tree. That can't be good. That is not...
He said, I'm officially cooked.
Bradley keeping up with the terms of the younger generations.
Jake hits this branch, falls out of bounds. That is one he will talk about at the dinner table with us later.
I think I heard him bring that one up 2 or 3 different times, Ryan.
I heard it 2 to 3 different times during this hole. So, yeah, Brad has
Bradley.
officially lost it. He's chucking tomahawks over, and that one is actually going to find out of bounds.
Oh,
Here's myself throwing a forehand. My caddy did say if this goes in the water, he will jump in and get it. It's good to have a person like that with you.
Luckily, he's going to stay dry. That was kind of generous of you to...
Yep. Had to spare him.
Yeah, and not make him do that.
Silas needs to get this one across the water.
Silas going with that
And
really
D5 again.
steep angle.
And throws a perfect shot. That could just about seal it, in my opinion. It's going to be pretty... You'd have to do something pretty stupid to get a bogey from there, in my opinion.
Agreed. He's probably 200 feet from the basket, maybe
Brad.
slightly more.
Chucking more tomahawks like he's Jake Wolf.
Dang, and that is just... You hate to see that, really.
Yeah, you can get in a rough spot. Jake needs to drop, and it does.
Patience.
Careful, Jakey.
I'm throwing a avalanche here.
And this...
Oh, what a
buddy.
bad skip, though. I was wondering how it got there. Honestly, I don't mind that skip, though. I might have skipped into the woods. So.
Yeah. It's hard to say. Brad back out to the fairway. Unfortunately, after a high number of shots. Jake here, slightly
Needs
pinched
to go
off.
right. Similar spot to where I was last round.
What? Shank it?
It'll be circle 2. 3, holding up a...
I don't know what he's doing.
Not really sure. But anyways, Silas here.
The forehand roller. Aggressive play, in my opinion.
I mean, honestly...
But he's just trying to go as far forward as he can to give himself an approach shot, and he will have that.
Honestly, if that catches a root or a twig or something and turns angle and rolls really deep
scary.
in the woods, yeah.
I was thinking he was going to jump it out to kind of where Brad was and just throw a little pitch something. But obviously, it worked out.
Yeah, well executed. So he'll have this left for his birdie.
He's just going to lay that one up for the win.
And that'll do it, folks.
Good run.
27 under par for Silas Schultz.
Give him his flowers for the win. That's how it goes. Jake cans that one. He's going to end up shooting a 600 today.
And staying in 3rd place, I believe.
Myself to birdie the 8 out of the last 8.
Or 4th place, rather.
And I smacked the band. Kind of lost focus, knew it was over.
Yeah.
But Brad taking a triple and is going to tie Jake for that 3rd place spot for the 2nd consecutive week. I'm going to go ahead and tap in my 2nd place finish here. And then Silas is going to be your Reckoning on the River inaugural champion.
Yeah, great performance from Silas. You know, as we
Solid
kind of
play all
saw,
weekend.
yeah, we saw him miss a few putts, but he was throwing the disc so well that it didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Our MPO winner, Silas Schultz.
$2,556 for a B tier is absolutely outrageous.
Congratulations, my friend. Thank you. Wow.
Yeah, that big check's pretty cool too.
He does not get to keep the check.
We have to take it back. Otherwise, the city will charge us for it. We have a rental, so. Fair enough.
Man, screw it. If I was Silas, I would pay. I would take that out of my winnings and keep that check because that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's check in on our rounds we shot today. I came in second place with the 25 under, Brother Williams 22, Silas Schultz 27, Jake Monn 22. Let's see how the top 10 rounded out. Albert Tam came in 5th, Caleb Skinner in 6th, Ethan Queen in 7th, Aiden Scott in 8th, and Gavin Phillips and Lance Brown in 9th. We will see you guys next time. My name is Ryan Monn. You can follow me on Instagram at RyanMonn_DG.14.
You can give me a follow on Instagram at Edwardinho Disc Golf. Just look that handle up in the description. And yeah, just want to say thanks to everyone for tuning in. And don't forget to subscribe and follow Ace Run Pro.
And we'll see you guys next time. Let's run it.